Hey guys, happy Saturday. I'm so happy you made it through the weekend. During these trying and difficult times, I am your host Shayrenee, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of the Indie Spotlight Special Edition Saturdays, which happens every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, we have a very special guest on. Her name is Shoddy. She's a very talented lyricist, vocalist, and rapper, as well as a brand ambassador. And she helps new artists hone and develop their craft. We'll be waiting for her to get into the room soon. Um, Make sure I have this light enough so that everybody can see. And if anybody want to ask me any questions before I start everything, they can hit me up. And please keep your comments to a minimum. I don't mind answering questions, but keep your comments to a minimum. And I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Hey there, young Shoddy. I'm going to start our interview now. Let me try to bring you to the camera.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
doing good.
Good,
Trying to
good.
get my camera right. Hold up.
No, that's fine.
Hold
Sure.
on. Okay, here you go. I can hear you.
Yeah,
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good,
Me
good,
staying
good.
away.
Good. I seen that you were. I looked at your stories and stuff like that because I look at a lot of people's stories. I seen you were like out in New York. So how was that going? How was
It
that?
was really fun. I went out there just to kind of get the experience of New York because it's been a while since I've been out here. Somebody invited me to this industry network event.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, let me go. So after I got off work, I drove up there, and just, got a feel for it. It was really nice.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of, I listened to a few of your songs and I was like, oh, this is sounding good, sound good. I was like, okay, she can sing and she can rap. I like that. I was like,
Yeah.
um, so so I wanted to also ask you, how did you come up with your name?
My mom was a rapper. She started off rapping,
Oh, wow.
but it's like a run in the family type thing. But
Oh, okay.
not everybody rappers, so don't get it twisted.
No, 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 but your mom does.
Yeah, excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom started off rapping first, and then I don't know. I just kind of got into it. Like I just used to like writing a lot when I was younger, and like I
Mhm.
can't think of a name. And me and my mom was cool, so I'm like, I'm gonna just take her name and just put Young in front of it. It just made sense. So that's what I did. I,
It make a lot of sense.
like I look like so.
I think makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Um, So I see that inside of your Instagram bio that you're like the CEO, the brand ambassador of like these three different like companies or entities.
Yeah.
Could you like explain to me about those a little bit?
So I have my first company, Entrepreneur Mindset. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
like a resource hub for like creatives coming up in Philly. So it's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people that starting into the music, for example, who need like guidance or don't know the right direction on how to fully pay themselves professionally. So
Yeah.
yeah. So and a lot of people that have them resources to help artists really not trying to like educate them, and I don't like that. So
I don't either. I'm glad. I'm glad you're talking about that.
yeah, like I don't like the fact that they don't educate artists. So what I do, I try to help them so they can sustain as the artist. Like the whole point, yes, is the build. If you give somebody a Disney experience, they gonna want to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For more,
Right.
for more knowledge, for more like, oh, you help explain this to me. I know I can trust you. You can help explain this to me. That's how you get custom.
Yeah.
But that's what entrepreneur mindset's for, just to help educate and teach them, you can stand independently if that's a choice of yours, or we are a part of a management company as well. If you don't want to
Hey.
go through all that, we'll
Mm-hmm.
we'll handle your business for you. And then aside of that, I have a female empowerment group for the females that's younger, maybe like
Okay. So it's a girl thing.
yes, that's what
Okay.
it's a girls thing. It's from, I would say, like 14 to 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm playing with the ranges just to see who hit, who don't, with the group. But basically, I had it rough kind of growing up as a young lady myself, and I kind of felt a void from that. So I know it's a lot of girls that was in my position now, especially with COVID and us being restricted. So I did that group to kind of like give them a home away from home type vibe. It started when I was in college. I felt like I had nowhere to go. That was my home. So I wanted to do that with people in Philly.
Right. So, I mean, that's great because a lot of young people do rap
Right.
and sing, and it's a lot of them, and they do need guidance and they do need something to look up to and something to look forward to, you know. The last company I was saying, I'm not sure. It started with a B. I'm not sure what that one's called.
It started with
Ball.
Oh, Boltier.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my friend's clothing line. He been
Oh, okay. Clothing
yeah,
line. Great.
clothing line. So he asked me to be a brand ambassador for it, and I just represent clothes and his company, his brand, and yeah, it's a good partnership. It's really good. I like. He got some dope clothes, so make sure y'all check him out.
Awesome. So, what inspired you to like do your music was like you said, seeing your mother like rap and stuff like that. Was there any other things that like inspired you to start doing music?
Yeah. My mom. Hold up, I couldn't get it out. Um, definitely played a role in it, but it was kind of like I didn't really have nobody to talk to growing up. I didn't really have an outlet of my own, so like kind of seeing my mom do the music, that was her way to express herself. I felt like, okay, I can do something like that to express myself. So I started writing, and then I was like, I like this. So
Yeah.
yeah, so then when I went through stuff where I just had a lot of stuff on my mind, I just wrote in my phone or wrote in my notepad that I had, and it just helped. It helped a lot. And then hearing it, it was just like real therapeutic. So I went through a lot and ain't had nobody to do. So that's what made me start.
It is definitely a great outlet.
Yeah.
It's definitely a great outlet. Sometimes it's like a stress reliever, it's a depression reliever, it's anxiety. Because when you listen to somebody's music, sometimes you're listening to like almost like their diary,
Yeah.
what they've been through, what they've been going through. So where can everybody find you at? Like to talk about like your social media platforms, your platforms and stuff like that, where people can find your music and products.
Most of everybody can just, honestly, if you Google me, I pop right up. Everything pop up. But I've been just promoting myself through how can I say this? I've been more one-on-one intimate with my skills. So mainly everything is just Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Is no set site website yet. I'm getting customized and made up together. But
I agree. Like, do people even? I'm trying to find out. Do people even? I remember like when my sister like built websites and did things like that. But I'm like, do people even go to websites anymore, or do everybody just ask for?
Not like I don't really.
Or do they just ask for like your Facebook or your Instagram?
Really, your Instagram. That's mainly the thing people, or your Twitter. People ask. So I mean, it's still good to have it though. Just think.
Yeah, it's still good to have it. Yes, like stuff like that. Yeah, like LinkedIn and stuff.
Yeah.
So do you have any merchandise for sale? I know your music is your merchandise, but do you have any merchandise for sale?
I'm also working on that as well. So
okay.
Right now I'm just in a stage of like, legalizing and legitimizing everything for my business and my merchandise, so everything runs smoothly. And
right.
And going on where people, my product, what happened, and the website, and so I'm just making sure everything cool.
You're making sure everything on the back end is cool, and that's good. That's good, like music business.
Yeah.
What is like the best advice you would tell someone who is just starting, trying to get into like entertainment or getting to singing or rapping or just getting into entertainment? What is some of like the best advice?
I would say know who you are. Know who you are coming into the industry. Like pick what you want to represent, pick you before you come into the industry, and not let somebody else dictate your art or how you want the world to take you as an artist. That's what I would say. It's really important because it's easy for you to get manipulated. It's easy to take advantage of you. So it's good to be confident, believe in yourself, even if other people don't. And also know that be nice to yourself. Be like patient with yourself as the artist.
Yeah.
A lot of artists feel like they gotta come in and be pitch perfect, or it gotta be perfect for this picture or whatever. That's not how it go. Every artist grows. The artist that they was today and who they was yesterday is two different people. You know what I'm saying? Or years. So, that's the advice I would give.
I think, and that's actually like about the second or third time I've actually heard someone say like, know who you are.
It's very.
Yeah, to know who you are. I feel like there is actually, I guess there's no name for it, but I kind of feel like there is actually a certain type of melancholy or depression or anxiety that comes with being an artist. And, you know, for like the fame, like if you like the ever going mood swings of doing it, you know?
Yeah, especially if really lack of support, lack of
Yeah, yeah,
lack of like free creative space to like kind of try and test ideas. Like, you know, a lot of people start off, oh, I want to do such and such, or I had a great idea, but never go through or try and see.
yeah,
So that kind of like builds onto like your self worth or your confidence. So I completely understand.
yeah, yeah. Um, so due to like all the things that's happened like with COVID-19, like live music and just everything live, shows, music, entertainment has took a really, really drastic hit.
Yeah.
Where do you see it? Where do you see the future of like live music and live performance?
I think eventually we're gonna get back to the live shows. But I think it's mainly gonna be it's gonna be a while before we get back to like how it used to be with like a big crowds, big arenas.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do it like phases, like pace by pace. Like, okay, test trials, like might do 500. Let's see how that go, and then
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? Expand. But I think it's mainly gonna be virtual, virtual.
Yeah.
Or like littler crowds first, and then like go bigger, like I said. So, and people and artists gonna have to get more creative with the show state. Like, you know what I'm saying? Giving them that almost personal feeling without really being close. So
yeah,
I think that's
yeah. So. It forced us to adapt.
Yes.
Adapt in a different way, and I noticed that like when that happens, like we find out like, oh wow, we dug, like all of the artists, they dug deep and they've got creative and they thought of new different things, and different things came out of that.
Yeah.
new things came out of it.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, I just wanted to
no.
add on more. I was gonna say it also shows who's really able to sustain as an artist as well. Like you know, like it's a lot of artists, they know how to make songs, but they don't creative with putting out their songs, or how they get creative in their promotion tactics, the marketing tactics.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good thing and a bad thing. So that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but go ahead.
No, that's true. I like, it's funny to me because like you don't really know about like everything, like you don't know like about all of like the pit stops or the stops like the industry has until you go through it. Like me looking at a bunch of artists saying they went through something or something like that, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I experienced that, and share that with other artists, so hopefully they don't have to worry about that roadblock. So yeah, I'm pretty big on that. So I'm not sure if you're still in the room. Oh yeah, you are still in the room. So normally when people ask me this question, not to go off topic too far, but normally when people ask me this question, they say, what made you start doing this? And I tell them my first conversation with a rapper who came into my room from a previous vlog that I had called the Counterculture Report, where I would just talking about different things that was happening in the world. And he starts talking to me, and his name is Lee Gabe Spitta. And after I like talked to him, and it was like I was like, wow, this is really good. So I start saying, oh, I want to talk to more artists. And the messed up thing is that we don't we have artists like in our towns and our cities, but we don't like artists need a certain amount of support.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they just do. Like that's the kind of career it is. You need a certain amount of support. But to get back to what I wanted to ask you also was, where have you already like performed live at? And who have you worked with?
Where I performed live at, I did a lot of stuff in Atlanta lately.
Oh.
In Atlanta, that I had a cut like maybe 2 or 1 shows down there. Not one, but 2 or 3 shows down there so far. Back and forth and kind of just networking. I've been trying to network a lot, and
yeah,
because where my mom raised me, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. You gotta let people see. You gotta let it be known. This is what I want. It ain't like you gonna give it to me. Like this is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? So, I did some stuff out there, and really that's been it. Like just back and forth to Atlanta, because I built a good rapport and fan base down there. So they film different shows. They be like, "Come back, can you do this show? Can you do that?" I like that. New York is just like I told you, was the networking is the main thing that I did. I was trying to plan a trip out to either like LA or soon, just to kind of network, see what's out there. And I got some producers in Chicago, so network, see what they go with. Who I work with so far, I haven't really worked with a lot of artists like that. I mean, mainly artists that I did like leveled up with through my trials and tribulations with the music, or just my progression. But like big wise, industry wise, I haven't worked with anybody. I really rarely work with artists like that, because it's like my creative space and my aura is, I'm real protective of that. So everybody can't do a song with everybody. It's just not always a good that's just
right.
With 100 with you, like, I might, but our mix might not be that good. So
right.
I'm real picky with my people that I want to work with. Like I like people to have a good mental health, a good space in order for us to work, and a good rapport. That's important as well. So I mean, yeah, I work with local artists coming up in Philly. And,
cool. So I've never like did a tour or been on a tour or like traveled and did like shows. Is there a difference between how like a crowd, like let's say in Atlanta, receives you than a crowd in New York?
Yeah, it depends on the vibe that I like the most out of the artist, I feel like. So So when I say that, I mean like New York might like me on my gangster rap. New York might
yeah. yeah.
New York might my gangster rap, where Atlanta might like the female gangster, but like soft side of me. Like they might melodic with kind of like the softer feminine version of me. So it just depends on like a part of the demographic, like on where, like what kind of spice they like. Like if you artists pay attention to their crowd, they'll tell you which one they like the most. You be like, oh yeah, this
right.
So, it is sometimes a different reaction. I be like, y'all heard this song before, really? Or y'all really like this? They be like, yeah, Shoddy, this is my favorite. I be like, y'all like that side? They be like, yeah. and sometimes I ask them too. I be like, yo, what y'all want here? Then they tell me, and I'm like, oh, all right. And then yeah, so.
So how long have you been at your career now?
That's a really good question. It's okay. So I think 10 years now.
Oh wow.
It's been a long time. I think since like I'm not even going to try. Mm.
Okay. So
It,
I normally ask that because like I normally try to find out like how many like normally just to ask how many like albums whatever has the person made, or if they've how, or did they just they've been doing it but they just started like their stuff on Spotify or streaming or something like that.
honestly, so far I did two like projects. One
Okay.
for who is young. It was mainly that was kind of like on the streets. I the my CD stuff like that, and then I
Mhm.
did another project called The Long Awaited Arrival. Um,
Mhm.
maybe like towards my pre-adult ages, like my you know
Mhm.
16, I dropped the project. Um, and
Mhm.
then after that, right now I just been working on singles. So
Singles, yeah.
I've been working on singles, so I only dropped two projects within the time frame that I'm rapping. But I just kept dropping music, did covers, freestyle, stuff like that. Just to build my name up. And
Sure.
before like the Instagram and the Twitter and all these different platforms, Spotify,
Yeah.
I was like, out here. So
Right, you was like using them streets. You was out there.
I was you
Sure.
gonna know me. You gonna know that I read.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean that was really it. So I don't really. I'm just kind of not now, but like when the time the internet start rolling in, Spotify's, I'm starting to learn like more as I go.
Yeah.
So I'm adjusting.
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot like you're it seems like now like you're doing like when it comes to your music or your craft, like you're doing the duty of what a lot of other people are doing. Like you're doing the management part, you're doing the visual art part, you're doing the photography, you're doing the hair, you're doing all that behind the scenes stuff. Um, hmm, let me see. Well, I know I can fit a lot of questions in and a lot of stuff in it really fast. Um, is there so if you had a chance, so this is a two-part question. So the first part is if you had a chance to work with anyone that is mainstream or whoever, just someone you want to work with, who would you want to work with as an artist? And then what production would you want to work with? So it's like a two-part question.
So production, you mean like you
Like a producer or a producer or beat maker or company.
um artist wise that I'm looking forward to working with is that's really a hard question. I like a lot of I really want to work with Drake. I'm really
Drake.
Yeah, I really like Drake. I feel like we would make a dope song.
I think so.
I think that joint would be nice. Um, Drake. I definitely want to work with Lil Durk. I like Lil Durk as an artist.
I like some of his songs too.
Yeah,
It's good.
G Herbo.
I could see that I could see that like happening.
But
You know,
yeah,
I could see like you, Leah, like making music with those two artists. I think it would go together good.
yeah, I like them. I'll be listening to them just like as a fan because I do like their music. So I think it'd be dope to work with them.
Yeah.
G Herbo. I like G. Um, that's my man. That's my. Um, what else? Production wise. Um, what's his name? Oh my god, his name not Tiger. Uh, Hitmaker. I will want to work with him. Um,
Okay.
Hitmaker. He make really nice songs like song wise, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Uh, he can do the rap and he can do like melodic or like singing songs and stuff like that. So I like that he's very versatile. I would like to work with him. London on the track. I think he's hot. I like him as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. DJ Khaled. I think me and DJ Khaled make a nice song too. Yeah, I like him. And I can't really think of nobody else, but it's fine. It's open.
That's a pretty good startup. That's a pretty good lineup, shall I say. That's a pretty good lineup. Um what part of I'm sorry, what part of Philadelphia are you from?
Well, on the music tip where it started at, even though this is irrelevant, but it still relate. Um, music tip it started 25 Allegheny. That's kind of where I
Okay.
was around most of the time, getting my buzz up down there. And then I grew up in like the Allegheny area. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved up into uptown. So I'm just a sprinkle around like everywhere, honestly. But I really grew up in like the uptown Allegheny area.
So that's like mostly like where my mom and family and stuff was at. I was from in I think like we were in Island when we were children for a little while, Island and Logan, in one of those places. Um, so do you have any upcoming live performances or virtual performances or anything like that that, everybody should be looking out for?
Um, yes, I do. Coming up, 420. Um, as far as location wise, if you want to come to the performance, the link is in my bio.
Okay.
Says, Barbie Trap Live 420. So just click the link and it'll have all the information there for you. Um,
Uh,
but I'm also planning and getting together my virtual show as well. So date is to be announced. I'm just trying to
okay.
line up like how I really want it and how I see it in my head. And then I'll make an announcement. So I definitely put that out there like that. But other than that, it's kind of sporadic, like, or like
Mm-hmm.
people hit me up shot or shot schedule. I try to.
Uh, um, I had a question, but like I'm trying to think of. Oh, so this is the time when I normally ask my guests if they want to ask me any questions, if they have any questions for me that I can answer, or if they just was curious.
I know you said earlier you started the rap um interviews and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
based on like the cultural part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so let me make some more sense. So I started a vlog called the Counterculture Report that reported on like stuff. This is like the end of 2020, November or October 2020, and I just talked about stuff like political stuff, things that were happening every day, and just my take on what was happening.
Okay.
What was happening. So I made one episode called oh, what was it called? Enthusiasts and fake influencers versus like experts or professionals. And I'm talking about it. I'm talking about like my point of view from it. And it was a time when I was asking everybody to um, chime in on it or talk to me about it, get on camera and talk to me about the topic I was talking about. And a rapper came in. He's a rapper, photographer, promoter, and stuff like that. And he's like, "That's you, Leak, aka Spitter." Yep, yep. And when we started talking, and we started going in talking about music business and all that other type of stuff, I started saying, "Dang!" Like after that, that inspired me to start this. And I noticed that a lot of times when people talk about music, they don't, or artists talk about music, they don't talk about who inspired them. I think that's important. They just leave out who inspired them to make something because, like, you can't make anything without any type of inspiration. It could be a color outside, music, a friend, a situation, or something like that.
Bro, no, that's really accurate. I think that we all spark our inspiration from somewhere. Like, like kids like colors when they're younger. When they get older, they like to be a painter or architect or like build.
Mm.
So, definitely on the rec, not to shy away from you, but
No, I'm listening.
I like definitely Lil Kim, Mary J. Blige, I love Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Queen Latifah, MC Light, um, Jay-Z, Nas, Kanye West. Like I'm, in the early 2000s. That was
Yeah.
the best time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like yeah.
yeah, that era, like that was the inspiration era right there. Aaliyah, like yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh God, my sister like was such a huge. She was a really really huge fan of Aaliyah, and it was so shocking when she passed. Hey Charlie, hey what's up? It's my cousin.
How
And also like my niece, she named my niece Aaliyah or Aaliyah after her.
decent. That's decent. But yeah, that era was really dope. And yeah, no, that was really sad.
It was.
She sparked something in girls like myself. So
Yeah.
um it's just yeah. You gotta give your credit to Aaliyah. Like if you don't, it's just like what are you talking about? Uh,
Yeah. Um is there I'm trying to okay, so the company that you're a brand ambassador of, that you're a brand ambassador of your friend's clothing line. Could you talk to me about like what style of clothing is it and like stuff like where people like can find it and stuff. Even though we talked about it before, I'm just reiterating it again.
no, that's cool. So he does mainly like hoodies, t-shirts. He does hats. He also does slides and stuff like that, like slippers. So it just is urban. That's the
Mhm.
how that's the approach to it. Like you can have like a regular basic hoodie, or you can have like it distressed, cut up a little
Mhm.
like that. And he also has a resource hub or like a place where people can use like it's space for like a photo shoot podcast. Um,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so photo shoot, podcast, and video stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Oh, so he has a resource hub. Where is it? Again, like does he have a shop or is this all online or like is there like an address to like the resource hub and stuff like that
Yeah,
so people can reach?
it's up Frankfurt, but off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay.
But I can well, if you look on my page, uh,
Mhm.
have like in the bio the name
Mhm.
of his Instagram, and then they show all his information in their Instagram bio.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just the urban reflects the urban culture, so that's what his brand made about in the clothes he makes. Um, and
Okay.
yeah, the website is boltier.com, but go on my bios, right?
Um, so is there any I also wanted to say thank you for doing this interview with me and thank you for being reachable because like a lot of like when you're scheduling like these interviews, like some people are reachable and some people make it very, very easy to be reachable. So, that's what I normally thank my guests for them being reachable and being able to talk to them and communicate with them.
Yeah, no problem. I like doing interviews and like talking, getting to know other people and what they doing and stuff like that. So,
Um, so have you did any other like do you have any you have a YouTube, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I ain't looking for.
Oh, okay. So you have a YouTube. Do you have like a few of like your other interviews, or if you interview with anyone else, do you have any of those like on your YouTube or anything? Just curious, like who else you interviewed with.
On my YouTube, it's kind of just spread out. It's not on my
Okay.
page. But um, I did an interview with one in New York called Grunge Cake. It was at the YouTube headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I did that, and I did another one. I did so many. I did a couple in Atlanta. Um,
Oh, okay.
did some out there, and I did a couple here in Philly. They had like Philly Billboard.
Hmm.
I did
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Philly Billboard. I did one in Atlanta. It was called Off the Porch. Um,
Yeah. No, no. You did an episode of Off the Porch.
yeah, After that, it was cool. It was really
I really like his interviews. How did you get or how did you find out about like Out Off the Porch? Because he has a lot of interviews. Very
So what I did, I just reached out to him and asked them, like what was the setup or they process on um scheduling the interview, and he told me, and we handled our business, and then I flew. Did I fly? I drove down there. Because I had a lot of stuff like I was so when I got down there, he told me the address. So
great, dope. Um, see. I noticed that I asked a lot of questions, and I'm trying to think of the last, the last few questions.
yeah,
That I asked. I'm sorry. Say it
I
again.
said this is a good interview. I appreciate it.
Okay. I try to make sure that I ask. I'm try to make sure that I ask the kind of questions that I don't see other people ask. Like when they go live, I see like a lot of artists go live, and I'll be like, what type of stuff don't these other like interviews ask like that I would want to know from an artist?
Yeah, no, I feel
like stuff that I really would want to know from an artist and stuff like that. So I'll normally I asked again about letting people know about where to find your stuff at. So you're on all streaming platforms under Young Shoddy, like I have pinned underneath here, or pinned on this Instagram, and that's like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You said right?
yeah.
YouTube. Okay. Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and all those streaming and music platforms
Yes.
that Young Shoddy is on. I noticed that also when people think of a streaming platform, they normally only think of a couple of them. That's probably Spotify, iTunes, same thing, Apple Music, but they don't think about, does it also go to like Deezer and Pandora and like a bunch? Does it go to iHeartRadio or no?
Yes, it does. It depends on the the distributor that the artist used to figure out. Like, can put it there, or I like DistroKid or what's that?
Like DistroKid, CD Baby, or
CD Baby, or what's that? United Masters, stuff like
United Masters.
that. Oh yeah, but you can those the ones that we normally think of are the main ones that's advertised the most. So
Right.
they gonna keep throwing Spotify. So mainly, you know what I'm saying? Mainly everybody gonna hear Spotify or talk about
it. Yeah. I just started thinking that, how like you have this is me like digging deep and thinking again, but like so we have like 50, I think it's like 52 or 54 states in the United States of America. Which I wonder which distribution platforms are big in each city.
That's a really good question.
They
roll the divide too, right?
Yeah. What distribution platform do you use?
I use DistroKid.
Use DistroKid. How's DistroKid? Because I like to ask artists also, how does that distribution platform work for them, and how, like, how does it? Because I like to find out how these distribution platforms treat artists, since the pay per each song is so like like it seems like you'll never get to a certain amount. Like
ask the question one more time, because girl, I forgot.
I'm sorry, I know it got a lot of stuff in it. So I normally ask artists that I interview which distribution platform they use, or which streaming platform they use. You said you use DistroKid, right?
Yeah, you said DistroKid it's really smooth. Like, it's if you doing everything right, doing what you do, everything gonna happen the way it's supposed to roll out for you. You upload your stuff, you give them the date, You wait the day that you want to drop it, and then it drop, and you going about, yeah. But they added new features on there to help artists. That's what I like about DistroKid as well.
Oh, good. That's good that they're adding new features to actually
Oh,
help artists. Because I'm like a huge heckler and stickler of
yeah.
like what's going like like what's going on.
What's wrong? Like I don't understand how we supposed to. They advertise for us to use their platforms to put our music and stuff, but you're not really giving us no resources or educating us on how to increase or break some noise into your platform. We just uploading and just hoping that somebody listen or play the song or find it, and all these numbers come up.
Yeah. I was really like, I literally could like probably like sit down and talk to you all about digital distribution and music business for hours. I could just like sit and talk about this for hours because this is like that's the stuff that I'll be thinking about and worrying about and thinking about. But while I'll be like bumping somebody's music and stuff like that. Um, so this is like a new question that I just thought of, but I will ask you, what do you feel like is the best way for people who want to become fans or who want to support independent music? What can they do for the artists? What do you feel like as an artist, which you might see like that fans or supporters don't do enough of, or yeah, like might not don't do enough of, not to offend them or anything, but like what they could do a little bit more?
A lot of artists are really arrogant. A lot of artists are really arrogant, and they're really they expect a lot from people that don't even that's still getting to know them as an artist. Like you expect them to just be a super fan, and then niggas still trying to be a fan first. You know what I'm saying? So like just slow down. So so I feel like artists need to take more time, catering to their fans, to their audience, making them feel important, involved, and like they're part of their journey as well. Because I mean, honestly, they are. Y'all going,
Yeah.
y'all growing together. Like the story that you telling, other people feel like they can relate to it, and then y'all click and you grow, keep growing. Oh, I remember when, like, some of my fans, Shoddy, I remember when you such and such, when you was rapping,
Yeah.
you like, sis, yeah, I was with you the whole time. Like, they feel like that's the thing with them,
Yeah.
Then you need to create those experiences every time and get
Hmm.
like an everlast, like, Prince's music, Purple Rain, that's my song, okay?
Yeah.
That's like,
So sad that happened.
that's an experience for me when I listen to it. Like I was a fan, so like Neil was like when I listen to it, I think of I have a happy moment. I have a happy moment
Hmm.
because he took time to cultivate, show his true self, and also like feedback value into his fans and make them feel important. So I think it's that, and also I think too that artists. What else? I think that's really it though. Like you gotta engage more with your people in order for people to love you. That's it.
Yes, you have about 15 to 16,000 followers.
Yeah, 18. 18.
Maybe oh 18,000 followers. And I just want to tell anybody 18,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 20,000, it's hard to get that many followers, okay? It is. People be looking and they say like, well, maybe I can do this and that with you if like you people got to build their following up.
Hmm.
They don't know like to build that many people up organically is a job. It's literally it's a big job. So is there anything that you wanted to say or talk about before I wrap the interview up?
Yes, I wanted to say that it's a lot of it's a different energy, or it's a different vibe going on in the world right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I don't care if you like Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, whatever you got going on, and no judgment. But like,
Right.
your spirit is in check, and just make sure that you are mentally in a good state. Like that's really important with everything that's going on out here, and with COVID and people trying to keep going back and forth, whether outside open or outside closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love. Like that's really important, and I stress that a lot. Like I like to read, I like to unwind, fall back sometimes. Well, I like, but that helps. So make sure y'all taking time to just do your thing and just self-love. Put the love back into yourself. Just but how has what is some advice you could give to people like creatives, or people that's trying to just maintain their headspace in this COVID situation that's still kind of trying to, get more inspired to do things? Like, what
What I suggest they do? Um, I would suggest like they like think of something that they have passion for, and like look at their hobby and try to like take a hobby that they love and then just like see if they want to go deeper into it,
would
and like make like a small goal. Like this, I didn't foresee myself doing something like this, but this has actually been talking to people, trying to help people, has literally like been therapeutic, has been great for my mental health, because I know everybody was in, like you said, was in the I don't know what you call it, the sunken place. It was like it was very depressing. It was just every time you looked at news and all that other type of stuff and stuff happening in people's personal lives and stuff like that. And I noticed that music and stuff like that is that it makes people get away. It makes them escape for a little while, just maybe for a little while. That, and besides good sleep.
you
So I would suggest to take your hobby or something that you love and then just try to like do more with it, or try to set a small goal with your hobby. If you do hair or something like that, maybe you can do someone's hair and make them feel good, and talk about the hair, and maybe like try to be like a brand ambassador or something for like a hair company or something. Like try to make it like work for you.
yeah.
So I hope that helps. Oh, and laughter, because I joke literally a lot. Right now I'm real serious. When it comes to like music and stuff like that, I'll be real serious. I'll be like had a screw face, but like other than that, like I'll be like trying to crack a lot of jokes. So guys, try to laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to laugh more too. you know. So yeah.
So those are some very good tools and advice you gave to help people that's like kind of, what should I do? I want to do all these things. Yeah,
Yeah. Trying to do 10 things on time.
that's better before you
Yeah.
dive in. So no, that's smart. I would say write them down. Write like all your ideas or your and kind of just let your mind go to work. See what ways you come up with on how you can get it done, or what you might creatively manifest. You never know. So
Exactly. That's a good word, manifest.
yeah, manifest. Oh yeah, that's my
yeah, that literally could be a title to a song or an album or something.
like it. That's smart. Oh, I might steal it. I'm still
awesome.
yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna say something?
So yeah, like before I wrap up the interview, because I noticed that like Instagram only lets you do like maybe like 50 or 60 minutes. I think like I didn't know if you wanted to say anything else, and then go on.
No, that's really it. Just please know, y'all. Like, I'm really working hard. I'm working so hard, and I have so many things in store. And y'all really going y'all gonna see the difference. Y'all gonna see all the things that I've been manifesting, and everything's coming together. And these new projects that I'm working on is really gonna do something. And y'all gonna be proud. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, that pretty much wraps up our interview, or my interview with young Shoddy. And you can find her on all streaming platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And I want to thank everybody that watched, and I want to thank young Shoddy for coming through. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.